as a digital simulation, really, to digitize, to virtualize, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life, to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit and...
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, and left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We gotta protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no pops. Ebola, worshiping pedophiles. Wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm sad, I'm not some master teacher. No, am I some pastor or preacher? Was released represent with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the beast cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? Where we should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the Golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Nah, bro. Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive. Survive.
I do it down for shots out. Who am I but shots out? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide out. Blue sky but high ground. A crown slash helmet. So my aircraft stealth spit. Cabby tied down like you receive belted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked, it caused my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. You bust awful spices and veil shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Body for real monkey velvet. Body you not for marches of females clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit. To a fly though, haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand, but we're healer man. It's not Cypress Hill, I'm Turtle Sheep. I'm one tough cookie, I don't follow, I set standards. To catch me, you gon' have to do more than scamper. Need more than scanners, I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bra. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate I'm dated space ace of y'all. Buster stuck in the cage, face off. Actor shape the state, use a fake, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, spray the adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetrical apparel, I'm a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lives what your fans get.
Hey, Marcus.
What I transmit as a transcript.
Hey, what's going on? Nice.
This is the shit or get off the plot. This shit's hot.
If anybody says say hi, it's a bot. Get rid of him. Just get rid of him. I don't mind trolls, but bot, they can sit here and learn what it can do.
I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people and old people too. Mostly black people, I'm talking to you.
I said if somebody comes in here and says say hi, get rid of them. I gave you wrenches for a reason. Know the difference between a bot, a bot, and a worthless troll, okay? That there is a bot, okay? And I appreciate it.
We're not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack.
Hey, Alicia, Nicia.
Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac, whether earth is brown or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the sci-fi. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying
nothing wrong with saying hi. You just don't say hi. First of all, this is not a language. And if you're young, then shut up and remain stupid until you become educated. And I ain't talking about a system of perversion. You're going to sit here knowing you're not supposed to be here. That means disorderly, immoral, and thinking that you're something other than what you are. And sit your ass here and shut up. Listen. There's no Jesuit, no order, no general, no nothing. They can change what's going to happen. So sit your happy, retarded, redundant ass still. Stupid.
Known by his speech, yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me. Stand on 2 feet, one turn the other cheek. The wise man known by his silence, mostly disguised compliance. Silence by guidance from conspiring connivance. Other aspirants of violence, terrorists of fire. Trying that giants too high, I'm trying that fire. And environments of migrants, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, queers, groupies, and hyping. Alignments, the assignment. I left the wisest, I'm not quiet. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push all the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, no wreck. Drill music for real. My soul they don't possess. We're foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big monsters come full circle, so vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, or Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Shine symbols for the conscious mind, y'all. And with that on the temple, draw. I had it vision the past night, yeah, a circulus round. Created successful reality from a virtual now. How? Stand on my square cause they usurp your power. Them same little sneaky breezes that'll hurt you. They style all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all bras but dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kids while y'all cross slow race. I stay focused on walking through them tall gold gates. Draw a magic circle around me to keep me from harm. The law fat checks purposely will keep me, I'm calm. Water, fire, air, earth, turn me from that peace to a bomb. Blow the joint, this but the range, the point, the sentiments. I've encompassed my inner demons. 490-degree angles, guarded by angel of shiny elite angels. Thank you, and I of course am the chief triangle. If I die before I wake, well at least I'm flying plain view. I am my circle, how I govern four corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place, in the space they storing us. Learning firsthand of what fate was forewarned of us. I recall when bro and I spit flows, dope man, fly in the shell at Southampton, kept slow. Stay high, years later, he's the same degree, just gain density.
And they spraying their ass. Hey, Lucy Rose, Fred Hinkle, what's happening? Hey, Matt, what's going on, beloved? What's happening? How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Hey, Snoop, what's up, baby? I didn't even see you up in there. What's up, mama? Hey. Thank you, Marcus. They can sit there and be idiots by themselves. It doesn't matter to me what they are, who they think they are, or what they think they're going to do or anything. Just let them be right there. They tickle me. But they don't know what discipline is. By the narrative. Because the system wasn't geared to teach discipline. You know what I mean? I had to get my 100 in. I did 51. I meant to do 50. This 50 and I kept going up, stopped. I did 30. And then I just did the 20. So yeah. I could have probably just shot straight through 100, man. I don't know. I didn't want to push it. Yeah, it's crazy. So, wow. Profound and nimble, sacred, a state royal crown and splendor. Move from body to ether. I carry the Asha of Ifa. Unlike you proud deceivers, no one can stop me, neither. The more I sacrifice. Eyes are watering. I don't know. I don't really see the mesquite. There's no greenery, so it's not. I don't know what it is. It's not pollen. Garbage before day, my light so bright it ignites the night. Shadow work, I fight right over my smite parasites despite the bites. That's what they're doing. It has an effect, but it doesn't. So I mean, leave it like that. Who attach you next? Rescue you from an oppressive, hateful cesspool. Was a sworn and I'm born divine. Spiraling fire adorns my spine. Odo for those who want restore corn and do not adore the swine. Perceptive, tactical, temper, respected, or unturned stone. No. So tomorrow in the AM, I'll be running out and getting some plywood and get a couple of groceries. Come back. I'll read in the evening. Turn it down. I know when. Turn it down. I'm not gonna make competition with. We're gonna go out and pick up some plywood so we can get hot on that deck. Some more screws. Thanks, Marcus. I got you. And push somebody else. I'll shut you in a minute. That was yesterday, I think, or the day before. I don't know. Let me get the last one. We're gonna pick up some plywood. And like I said, some screws so we can get the deck complete. Box of nails, we're gonna start building the walls. Get the studs up. Now, plywood, to cover them, I was looking at a half inch, but then I was looking at quarter inch because I still want to spray it with concrete and lead paint. So
talking about to suppress,
I'm still determining
the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's what my music's about.
Still gotta get the moisture wrap online. It's cheaper. And the moisture wrap and what you call a barrier for the deck. So that's another thing. So even though we're putting the plywood, I gotta wait for that to come in. Put that over the insulation so we don't have water. You know what I mean? I'll record it and let you guys see. But yeah. That's gonna be cool. Gotta get those studs, get them walls up, man. Low bearing, all that. Oh man. And then get the, you know what I'm saying? Get the roof together. But this one's gonna be because we're gonna have a second floor. So I gotta make sure I get the center bearing, the weight bearing, the center, and everything just right. Yeah. Pretty cool. Of all citizens who haven't took a stand or kneels too late when the caps get peeled. Don't believe in TC type. Going hits close to home, you gotta act the bone, but it got the dome when it's on the zone. All red in my vision through sight. It's gonna be killed whenever I fight. Oh, so lot. I'm so glad we don't have to use the barrier building my deck too. Oh, you are, hon? You're building a deck? Well, this is important. Inside, it has to happen. Yeah. Yeah, the water barrier and moisture barrier. So you know, because you don't want mold and all that kind of stuff. You don't want no mold. Even though we're treating it with a more natural tongue oil and spirit oil, and that's going to help in the long run. Some stuff we're hitting it once or twice, but the mold can be a problem, especially during monsoon season here. You know what I mean? But I'm going to also do vapor ports. Vapor ports, and if I had all the copper tubing, I would have lined the floor with copper, and I would have ran it in the ground, almost like a cool and heat, like 4 feet straight on down, and water would have played a major role in how that works. But that's a whole nother something. I might do it on the bigger one. When we get the 3-story going and the digging down, the octagon shaped one, the round, I might do that. Well, we got to build a shower too, so I got to get the stuff to build the shower. I got to order that. That's like 135 or something. We're gonna encase it. So you'll see that. Because I really like being outside. I don't care what they're doing. You see what they're doing over there with the tribe that wasn't untouched. And of course, you know, it's light-skinned folk, and they won't put their faces on camera. They're introducing Coca-Cola, Sun-Kissed, all these deadly chemicals, carcinogens. And I think Gates has had a certain convoy of individuals go over there talking about shots and all this kind of stuff. You know, the individuals who eat bushmeat and all that kind of stuff. And they live pretty long. And they don't bury the people in the ground. As our ancestors didn't, we did not either. And I'm going to get into that. I want to talk about how Tartari really fell. And baby girl shared something to me, Snoo. And I talked about this years ago. I argued about this in high school because I was still reading books on Tartari in middle school and high school. I told you I was getting whipped in middle school, elementary, middle school. Well, 8 years and 9. Yeah, we get beat, especially if you were in Catholic school, Immaculate Conception or something like that. But anyway, everything that you think, you know, a lot of y'all remember I was reading the books 14, 41, 42, and 43, right? What was do you remember when I was going to read it? I was telling y'all to pay attention to what they say about so-called the Vatican, Hispaniola, Europe, and all that kind of stuff. Franciscans, why they have the French monks, yet you have Protestants and this, that, and how they got them to fight against each other. Control is we live in a world where it's all about control. Is it really, though? But to have people subverted into control, you would think that that's supposed to be a common way. It didn't exist. This is nothing against, I know some light-skinned folk get all upset, but you need to listen, all right, and put aside your little emotions. I really don't care about your feelings. But I'm implementing something called a nicety, because you individuals, every time you tell stories, you tell them fucked up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Even your fake National Geographic and your Smithsonian, all them liars. Why would you want to talk about something you know nothing about instead of listening to those of us who are still here? It was me telling people about the Wild West show in 1909 and who they brought in, Wild Bill, who's a 33rd degree, part of the whole circuit. He wasn't born here. And they needed, after the human zoos, they needed a new narrative because they had been fighting us. What did I say the other day? Roughly 375 to 800, almost 400 years. How could the determining factor would be the fake World War I, where they have the three cousins fight, and then they bring America in that defeats, I think, the eldest, Germany. But World War I was already won by Germany, which you think is Germany. That is not the name of it, just like that's not Russia, just like that's not the UK. They had them fight so they could find out who would be predominant as far as who's going to lead what, but it was already established. The fake Pope, whatever one, and the fake crown of England. Because see, what y'all don't know is America in 1776, when we had all those treaties, Albert Pike came here, he didn't hate us. He already knew who we are. All right, not that cousin bloodline, the Mongols, the New Age ones. How could you have Russia and Alaska, Greenland, that belonged to Icelandic fake new people, and you have Canada belonging to the French, like Louisiana, Spain, all in South America, all up and down there. But yet you go out to so-called Easter Island, Esther Island, right, where they wiped out most of the indigenous people there and took a handful, all right, by Britain, right? And then even on the islands on the outskirts you know nothing about, even those are divvied up. See, that's what happens in war, just like you hear Russia and America, you know, Ronald Reagan punk ass, tear down that wall. See, y'all don't get it. They all attacked us at the same time. That's why I always say, when you lean into the 400s, which they added 1,000 years, and all of a sudden at 600s, the fake history of the Khazars. Well, they had to come over. They had to send more people here. They had to indoctrinate more people because we were whooping everybody's ass. The Holocaust is bullshit. They could fight 100 wars and never lose as many as we did. And that's why y'all need to stop focusing on them. That's the reason why they control and they get all that fiat, because they've got enough people, converts, believing in that fake ass world. We've been fighting them non-stop. That was the not complicit by will, complete destruction of Tartari. And why would they still lean on us to repair it during the Reconstruction era and have us teaching them? There's a ton of books out there for those who was fake white supremacy and all this other stuff and Boule Negroes. Oh, I have some of them read later about the Boule, so you have a clear understanding of deals, underhand, and everything else. Even the Boule College. Absolutely in a liberal damn state. For those who want to get into states. The fact that there were multiple countries here and we represented the whole earth here. We've been fighting them, as my great uncle said, Tandy, he said, we've been fighting this invisible enemy for the longest time. And soon nobody will remember or know it because so many people are dead. How many of our towns and cities are under fucking water? And then some people didn't get to fight. They went to sleep and their bones sit down there under these rivers. The energy of them. The fact that we used to build scaffolds high up to let our people give up the ghost after they had done enough of what was needed to be done. You got these fake Italians running around thinking the mausoleum is theirs, and they got that from us. To tear the bones as we traveled, and we'd tear them wherever we went as we dealt around. And there's so much more. We didn't bury our people in the goddamn ground. Now, the ones who were in the ground, they were vaults. There were things. Now, these idiots had to destroy. Now, it's not until the the Civil War, but everything else is based on frequencies and mudslides and everything else. So whatever they're digging up, they're just digging up old history. They want to change, because most people don't go and look at the skulls and the bones. You look at all them bones in France, in those catapults, in Italy, and in England. Who do you think those are? Why come y'all never look at the brows of those skulls that are sitting right there in front of you, idiots? You know why? It'd be a Django moment. It's hard to accept. We're here. It must be relevant. You have no idea of what went on prior to the sacking of Tartari. You have no idea of those who didn't want to unleash weapons. You have no idea of those things that we fought. Y'all have absolutely no idea. And they give you all the little fake stories and lie about everything as they have. Now we have the melanated individuals running around the world just as complicit in their own fake divinity and more or less stupidity. That's only for a short period of time. ToLU'S brought up something that I was discussing when I was on the res, right? And I was grateful to see that him and I, and there's a few others, are so alike, and I adore this. And maybe some of y'all saw it, but I figure like y'all need to read the stuff instead of just, you know what I mean? I have the PDF downloaded, but when you want to look at the FEMA and all that stuff, and I was planning on going to the French Foreign Legion in 1984. I ended up, I was working in Revlon, touching New Jersey, and I kicked out of high school, fighting and all that swinging, because they were teaching lies. Once I ended up going into the military, I guess you say late in 85. But even I and many others were talking about all the different things they were supposing. And when I got in the military in 85, it was still in the wind. There were little gray, blue booklets, all different kind of little booklets going around, and they were talking about these things. And he brought up this thing, and it just shows you how much further. And in this thing, at that time, Rex 84, they were talking about how they were going to round up 21 million Negroes. Well, the reason why they couldn't do it then, because you still had Vietnam veterans and a whole lot of war veteran people who would fight, and people in certain places that they couldn't have it. They may have said that they threw that away. They just changed it, and you see it right now. You see it unfolding. You see all these dumb, big, overly grotesque, super fat, chemically doused individuals. I'm not saying to be nasty and ugly. I'm saying people who have the endocrine systems and their synapses are firing off. Their bodies and people are dying left and right. The fact that Bovaer is not only in Australia, they're using it here in the dairy cows, and some of you are giving your babies cow milk. And nobody's talking about that. And the FDA is regulating stuff again that has no purpose but other than to hurt you, just like Bovaer. They'll try and censor it, or maybe they won't this time. You know, they know, oh, we screwed the pooch on that. But we're cause and effect. This is still the war for Greater Tartary, Asia Superior, the East, and the original Orient. And people have a hard time with that. I don't really care, because maybe some of you still loathe and love this fictional world that is very shortly lived. We had warred with these people longer than anyone or anybody. And we got a bunch of dumb niggas who are moving along with them as if it's going to save them. You can teach anybody to help them hate themselves and pit them against it. We wrote about it. Pit them against their mothers, their fathers, and so forth, and against their sons and daughters. It's nothing new. They would use us in every way possible. Our identity, how we once carried ourselves. Many of our people still do. Conflicted, but do. The majority. And y'all can't see it because, well, a lot of you here because you're not really comfortable. You heard something that struck a pose with you, something that was meaningful. That war has not stopped. I would advise y'all to go read Rex 84. And there's a number of other ones. And when you pull up the real one, because you got to tap on a few things, you download the PDF and take your time and read it. And you're going to come across other ones too. 2025, They're all there. 2030. They always been there. Regardless of how they've been changed. You didn't win no Revolutionary War, no fake history, and no Paul Revere's. It was a brother and a so-called mulatto, by the definition, a woman who took by lantern, because we were at war, advising about these new soldiers and coming. Y'all's Paul Revere was a traitor, just like many others. And there's a lot of destruction everywhere. Y'all can't even imagine. You can't even fathom it. That's why I was showing you the rocks when the rocks cry out. And you can see them. That's not native here. That is not quarried here. That is not indigenous to here. All right? There's about 4 I'm looking at right now that are not indigenous to here. Oh, they're down in the ground, of course. Y'all can't even imagine what happened here because you're comfortable. You see for those of you who research Tartari, San Francisco, Texas, and all them places where they blew up a lot of stuff, you still saw what they said were fires. Yet, you still see the poles standing. You still see trees and shrubs standing. What kind of fire doesn't burn the trees, which you would think are telephone poles, which weren't? It was carrying energy that was right around you. And why did the streets still look pretty damn good? The cobble and the red clay bricks. Did y'all even take the time to go and look at all those pictures I was telling y'all to go look at? That if it was a roaring, raging fire in a wooden city, would people be standing up on the hill in San Francisco as the fire raged on? There was no fire. They were blowing things up, destroying Tartari, because the elders had fell, shrinked, poisoned, or whatever. And then they had to take them stories and they had to, we threw blankets with chickenpox, measles, and all that bull crap. And y'all bought into it. And that was part of my story, and I haven't told it the way it should be told. I just wanted to clarify it because I was surprised that people actually were able to find it. I was like, oh, wow, somebody found it. And my baby girl and shared it to me. I'm like, oh, she's paying attention. Okay. We have been in war non-stop. And there's many people on all sides who have assisted us. There's a reason why we're still here. They've got y'all looking at Africans as they got a round face and they look a certain way. Well, a lot of those individuals are from here, whether it be South America here or North America. They gave you this Inuit and all this other bullshit, right? And y'all just bought into it. But the original book of the Inuits, there's some very dark people. I mean gravely dark. They had to be encamped around us in order to take us down, and we were well known. I asked y'all to research the Hatak people. Now people can't even find the information no more. But those who did, when I said it, they found it, and hopefully they saved it. The ones that showed the Inuit people how to build their buildings very high without using iron and nails and all that kind of stuff. And they took them fighting scrolls so that way they could defend themselves at what was coming.
These are not made up. And now, because they're aware, they're watching and paying attention to every one of you. And they are very aware of these so-called anomalies. And so they're going to keep doing the most perverse things. Because in all reality, Fauci, Bill Gates, we can go on and on and on, Trudeau, but all of them, Lori, Lightfoot, Maxine, every last one of them, Newsom, that sick bastard, Trudeau, every one of them should be locked up. Hell, summarily dealt with. Summarily for you military jargon cats. You've got people who are ignorant enough to buy into a fictional Muslim enemy. Well, didn't the dumbass American government create that by way of AIPAC, just like they failed Germany? And there are videos I'm going to upload showing you that Germany was not out to conquer the world and take over. That was pure bullcrap that they said until they realized people were going to learn the truth. Every time you saw them hunting some German down, because they didn't want the truth of history to be put out there. That's what they were hunting. They weren't hunting them because of so-called the holler and murder. No, you had some sick individuals, but they were pissed off at what was done to their country. How come nobody ever talks about what was done to Germany? How do you think them fake Jews established themselves in Germany, and what happened to all the real indigenous people of that land? They're the first segregation, just like in Italy. The Sicilians fought on. They stayed. They were amalgamated. Like UK. Where do you think they all went? Down to the ground with these damn trophy, look like art of the bones, like some deco. And y'all can't even figure it out because, see, if they put them under the ground and they're not vibing on the ground, then that's energy. The bones, they cry out. These sick primates, these parasitical things, and y'all can't even see it for what it is. Oh, you think that don't exist here? You just haven't been made aware yet. And then they give you all this fake 10,000, 20,000 years ago. Oh, man, y'all keep buying into this crap. Just like they got you still holding on to the sun is 93.6 miles away, a million miles away. I'd be like, oh, my gosh. And yet, there are tons of pilots. I don't know if they're grounded. And people have taken pictures and showing you the sun with clouds in the front, the back, and coming up through the clouds and going back in the clouds. Time lapse. Great Tartari. A hope. Once a bright, gleaming, shining hope. And if you don't teach the people these things, then how would they not do the things they are if you subjugate the people? Look at Ethiopia and how they killed. They are 80 years old. They got real Haile. I mean, the guy went to Jamaica and they sitting there talking about king and blah, blah, blah. These idiots who don't know no better. And he came to get more soldiers. I mean, I'm not talking about the 70s and stuff, you know, when they overthrew him and military coup and all the other crap. But you need to know who's behind that. I mean, you think that Eritrean, Mogadishu, the Somalis that are one and the same people as the damn Ethiopians. Why not? You think that's Pakistan? Those are Hindus. You think that, hey, come on, y'all. And that's in y'all's 19th and 20th century, 20th, 21st century. And y'all don't even see it or how it plays out. You had one individual come here and create the Hebrew movement, the Muslim movement, and even back the Methodists. And y'all can't even figure that out. And he had all them aliases. Kiramio did a video on that. I didn't watch it. I mean, I hit the like and I let it go for 10 minutes just to get there. What you call it? I think 15, 20 minutes because I was working on something. Because I know everything I need to know about this Farad idiot. Just like Einstein. I worked in this building for 2 years. And I met two of the oldest, I don't know if they were the only survivors. That's what I was made aware of by the people there in East Orange, New Jersey. And even they assured me of things that nobody's talking about in no school and no damn curriculum. Shot City, Big Red Thomas, what's going on, beloved? You know what I'm saying? People don't want to hear this stuff. Hey, Muata, and the real, what's going on, beloveds? Nobody wants to hear this. It makes them feel some kind of way because they accept what they've been given. Do I have to go into inventions again? There's other inventions that are not even written down that I'm aware of. We've created. I learned that overseas. A whole lot of stuff. Tartari was the last great hope. And if you think that magic, well, what's called magic, was not utilized, oh my goodness. I don't know what to tell you. They created religion because, and the funny thing about religion is they all tell you it's the one same God, and everybody acts stupid. They created racist ideology, and they pit the ignorant against the other ignorant. And when the other ignorant wasn't messing with you or nothing, who do you think was behind the Boxer Rebellion? Well, who created the opium thing with the Chinese? Who messed them up? Just like they created the Coca-Cola and Fanta and all the other FD yellow and fire. They knew exactly what that stuff would do. Teflon and the skillets. They knew exactly what it would do over a 7 to 30 year period. And y'all still buy into it. They poison everything on Mother Earth and then Father Sky as far as what y'all define as. And they tell you yet, Rimborg, but these are the side effects. It got more side effects than 20 medicines put together, and everybody's going and going, consult your doctor. And I have all this traffic up here, right? Some stuff I just will never discuss. Yet there are some things that I will mention. It's for you to research it, as many are doing. Not enough. We laugh and joke about Karens and Kens. You should be crying that they even exist. And we look at the erroneous and heinous things that they do. I'm not aware that there's a certain group that do it intentionally, just like the ones that were in the building, the Mossad agents who put the dynamite, the booklets and everything all in there to bring the building down. There are those who are in your neighborhood who call. So these ignorant ass cops, not the good ones, it's always they're gonna put the ignorant ones who don't know law. They come out there and they're gonna look at you first at skin color, which is the dumbest thing. I don't know how anybody consider themselves some kind of hero or professional or whatever. I don't know. That's just lack of one is stupid. But anyway, and they're gonna create more problems than anything, as they always do. And you see it. You all see it all the time. I was watching this video of this so-called woman takes the lives of 2 individuals in a Tesla, saying it started driving itself. No, she did that. People are burning vehicles who want the vehicle, who believe in this green shit. You ever notice where they're at? You study any experiments that have been done by this, and I don't like saying militarized government. It's only a handful of the individuals who are doing this stuff because they subjugate the military to the very thing with the false leaders that are over them. That's why they have to train them a certain way. Who remembers watching The Kingsman and Samuel Jackson was the crazy guy? I mean, he talked all weird and retarded. I don't know if it's going, you know, he had the girl with the little running shoes with the knives cutting everybody in half. He was putting them things in their neck. And if they didn't do what he wanted, oh, just like the Suicide Squad. What makes you think they didn't do that? Because that's not a reality. Why is it that a lot of us are looking trodden down? Well, not me. I'm just Ray. Looking trodden down in our 50s and 60s. When I remember people in their 50s and 60s look like they were 30 and 40. And moved like 30 and 40. And now it's Hollywood because they're taking NAD and all that stuff. But they're probably getting the true form besides other things you have no knowledge of. Only in gossip, drama-filled conversations. During Tartari, and some would say, and I've heard the ignorant say, how can it fall? You can't make this stuff up, man. I guess I'm gonna have to go back and read a couple of books that I've read before talking about the destruction and how things happen. These are stories that were allowed to be leaked out in books in a way it was entertaining. You can mythologize it, you know, and create a fantasy of a truth that's irrelevant because now everything is tangible. That's all it is, as far as you can see. And yet your third eye, your mind's eye, the window to your soul, right, the grounding point, right, through your Jacob's ladder, it's cut off. So you only see it one way, not dynamically in the many ways. If a people prepared themselves to heal and to heal others, and also regiments to fight something bigger than you, who's to say that the one beside you wasn't the one that would and take your position? How many times? And then the youth grow up. And they don't have these guides to guide them, to share certain things. So they see these things. The knowledge is not there because they're gone. And those who have a little knowledge do their best they can. And when people are POWs and they're a loving, forgiving, and wondrous people, and you have these people come in with their cannons and everything else, and they already figure out, okay, we can get rid of the body. And they have you as these POWs, and in every 30th person, it's about 60 or 70, they strike them down. That's more information lost. How did it survive? Well, it did. Not in the greatest shape. Beaten up, tattered, misaligned, with some misguiding, unforgiving as it is. But the story is still here. Oh, it's still here. I I'm just so tired of hearing light-skinned people tell the story. Because y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Every time I turn around, if it ain't some HBCU goofy, some light-skinned folks trying to tell the story of the Negro, and you go back 20, 30 years ago, and it was never told that way. And there are those of us still here. Surprise. The goddamn Negro. You know, those are, if you think you're some crayon color or some Caucasian Negro or whatever, if you think if that's what you think you are, then you are far from who your ancestors were. If you are some status, these identities have been created as a weapon, man. How can you ever learn and figure out yesterday if you're looking at tomorrow that doesn't exist? I know some of you say, I'll wake up and I'll step off into the floor tomorrow and I'll go brush my teeth. Tomorrow isn't a reality. Right now is a reality. Yesterday was passing. But if you forget you're passing, you're doomed to repeat. Or worse, stay stuck in that same manifestation. And that's what y'all look forward to. So therefore you create that. Nobody's there to tell you in this mixed up world how to move forward and get as much you can out of it. They don't want that. Then you start figuring it out. Then they got to put somebody around you to make sure you end up in a psych ward, you take medication, put you back in check. You don't get how big this stuff is, man. This stuff is very big. But yet so small. But there you have it. As simple as they make it, without telling my story. They've been spraying all night. And we're sitting in it. Above this crap is blue as it can get. It's beautiful. Down here is all the poison. And y'all allow that. Next stage, the EMP, martial law, a whole lot of shit's gonna happen. Because they've got people who are just outraged, they've been trained, and they know how to sit still. And they're gonna be unleashed by the very people you think are there to do what's required of you. They're shitting all over your Constitution, your Bill of Rights. What we created. How can they take something that was never theirs? And y'all buy into it. You're Hamilton and da-da-da-da-da. Every time I listen to those names, ain't nothing but nigga names. But y'all just can't figure it out. It's hard to let go of the lie, change vectors, and get with the truth. I don't see how that fight is so. Why has it got to be such a hard journey? And then somebody who's real stupid would say, why you want us to accept that? I don't want you to accept nothing. I want you to look at the world you're in, convince yourself, if you need to, that the lie is more potent than a Lulu for you. Or see things as it really is, and stop being lazy and slothful. Instead of sitting and laying down, unless your body hurts like mine, get up and move. You know? Be something. Be more than what they made you out to be, I guess. But that's it. How do you think that they section off all these lands like that? That's slow and methodic. And then they bring all the people in who are under their hoof. And then they put them to the task. Just like down in so-called Mexico, when the Seminoles went down there, you had them down. And they told them, okay, yeah, sure. But you got to defend the land, and you got to fight for it. And they went down there and killed up a whole lot of foreign folk, the Seminoles did. And then the other one, and they amalgamated with them. Y'all don't even know the story, do you? How come ain't no Mongolians with the Seminoles down there? And you got the ones in Florida claiming and professing and dismissing the original ones. See, this is the conundrum. This is where you mess up. Because you hate anything that is relevant to... When you live a while long enough, you accept lies over and over. It doesn't matter if it don't make sense. As long as befitting your narrative, you will hold on to it. I don't know how many so-called Native Americans they've told they're not indigenous to this land now. What part of the game is that? I ain't got to say nothing about whatever. You don't either. They're doing it. They're showing you. As crazy as what it sounds like Trump is doing, he is actually doing the right things. But nobody can see it because they're so caught up and they're being liberal and it's good for me. I'm okay. It's like, the hell with everybody else. As long as I'm okay. And any spell or concoction they put out through media is your testament. Wow. Okay. Well, now you know. All right. Spice Up Network. What's going on? Sharing a little. Oh, good. That's what's up. Edda, what's going on? Grand Rising, what's going on, sis? Matt D, what's going on? Baby Girl Slaughter. Hey, look, library, what's going on? Spice it up. I'm only sharing what I've learned from my relatives traveling in the early parts, I guess you could say the mid parts of the so-called 20th century. Passed down from quite a few generations. They know exactly what they're doing. I'm not saying it's perfect, but they have contingency plans. They have all that. You guys are not together. You don't have contingency plans. Hell, a lot of y'all can't run down the block and make it. But I'm just being serious. Now this idiot, he's poisoned all the beef. I done saw the other reports, the ones that they don't share like they do with everything else. And you would think that they would stop. That's why he had to go out of the country out there, established it here with this fake FDA. Look at the DOJ. Them idiots. Look at the lower courts. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about your rights. These are bought and paid for bastards. It's funny how you look at some of them and they got 3 times more than what they're supposed to actually be getting paid, even if they would have added up over the last 8 years. Isn't that supposed to be illegal? For all you people that know the government and Constitution and the laws and how things are supposed to work. But y'all ain't doing nothing about it. While they still jostle and put their people in the right positions. You forget the IRS being given guns and training for how long now? And some of you haven't trained one day. As if it don't matter if they rainbow, dude got a Jerry got long hair with lipstick on. It don't matter if the woman now walking around with a full facial beard. If they in the costume and they've been trained, what you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do nothing. Come to the dark side, Luke. I am your father. You've got Sith lords and invaders all around you. You can't even tap into your metachlorian. your ether, your 738, your 432, your 728, your 565. You can't tap into none of your frequencies. But you got this cortisol ring happening all the time of year because of the pains that your body's going through. But because your body, you're just a little young, you got a little youth. You can't even dismiss that. That should be paramount to speak a whole lot to you. I'm gonna shut it down. I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to an old fogey like me. I gotta do my 100 squats and maybe this 25 burpees. Some things are killing me. Stretch it out and relax. I was reading Tiamat and Bastard Gwynmar highlighting some things. Been up all night, really. Well, I went to sleep early. Tia tell you. We had a couple of Mexican cervezas. Gotta be careful with that too. They ain't no telling what they're putting in that crap now. Reading, looking at some PDFs, putting together some more theories that may be of assistance, may help some of you. Yeah. Whatever I put together, of course, you know I'm going to share with you. And you got to research it. And what I talk about, you can research this as well. And thank you, baby girl, for sharing that again. Well, sharing that with me because I was like, baby girl found something. Oh. And I was like, looking at Brother Tell, and I was like, he must have listened to me some time ago. You know, because on MySpace, I used to say that. Talking with people, yeah. What'd you say about Tartari Red? This brother crazy in New York. This brother crazy. This one, I'm out in the corner. I'm telling people the story, and they're like, man, you crazy, man. What you talking about, Red? You call me crazy one more time. You don't mean it like that, man, but that's some bull crap. You got people they can't cut chase. They can't cut away from and give chase to the truth. They can't cut away from the line and give chase to the truth. They just can't do it. It's hard. Especially when you've been dealt a serious blow. You've had it. And if you want me biting, that's my goodness. I know I'm sweet, but but some people listen, you know, and the story. Broken as the grapevine may be, missing a lot of grapes, there's still some grapes hanging on. You know? But anyway, I'm gonna sign off. It was never supposed to be this way, not at all. Some think they're having a human experience, but this ain't how it's supposed to be. Exactly. I don't understand how people don't get that. We have to learn our past, or we don't. That's why we lie so much. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm not here to stare anything. I'm not saying this is facts because you didn't even say that. Research it. You know, blueberries. I got my blueberry drink in there. I got it going. Even when it's frozen, the blueberries will stain you up, man. I thought my whole hand, I thought what you call it exploded. You see the grape? Them blueberries are raw. I hope they real. There ain't no telling what they done. They told me they organic. Anyway, me and T, we tear it up. Blueberries, and I know ganja do too, and pineapples. But anyway, let me get in here, drink my juice, read a little more, I guess, after I get these squats in. Oh my God, my legs are hurting now. And I appreciate y'all taking the time. I have a Cashapp if you want to donate. It'd be appreciated. I'll probably use it for the screws and stuff. I ordered a couple things too, so yeah. I'll see you guys later, right? Yeah, I appreciate that. Sex Boss, what's up? Appreciate Yeah, it looks like it weighs heavy, right? Well, it does, but not as heavy as you think. There's a lot I don't know either. Okay, there's a lot of stuff I don't know. I just know what I'm supposed to know. Yeah. All right. Let's see you guys in a few hours.